Welcome back everyone to Rise of Industry 2130. I've been doing a little bit of thinking what we want to do next. We've got quite a decent amount of money. We're gaining decent amount of money every month. So if you look at this, last month we made 400k. I noticed this down here. This tells us how much, or an estimate of how much worth we've got on the way to shops. So look, we've almost got another 600k being shipped to shops at the moment. So I think we're looking pretty good. What we need to do though is we need to grow this town. So we want more shops, higher class shops to develop. Because if we're going to build the better robotics, these light robot frames, heavy robot frames, well, there's nowhere that demands those at the moment. So we need a shop to generate in our town that demands those. And I think the only way to generate these extra shops is to grow the town. And I think the way to do that is simply to satisfy more and more of the goods that it currently demands. So what we need to do is look at these shops and figure out what we can easily build and ship. So as long as we're still making a little bit of money, I'm not too fussed about even if we just ship something that breaks even, as it were. So there's a few basic resources that we could ship straight away. Well, we're already shipping titanium, but silica. So we're making a little bit of silica, but only enough to meet our demand. So we could up that and ship the excess to town. We could create a polymer farm. We could go into pharmaceuticals. So this kill 411 virus culture, hyperbacterial culture. We'd have to research them, but they only require a farm, as far as I can tell, to produce. So that's what I'm thinking that we do next. So let's go to our current silica farm, which is down here. Here it was. So we just created one harvester, which was just enough to meet our demand. So if we add some extra harvesters, so we could put one here, or we could put them here. This would be more efficient to put it here. The only reason I'm hesitating is it's also a nice place for more farms. Now let's put it over here, because a farm isn't going to fit there so easily. I'm going to put two down. So those are going to fall under our warehouse, as long as we connect a road to it. And this is where our bad planning comes into play again. I haven't left space for a road to come through here, so I'm going to have to send it all the way over the tracks around here. The other thing we want to do is we want to upgrade our existing roads to urban roads, so I'm going to do that as well in a sec. So let's put that down there. Let's just swing the map round, and is it going to? Yeah, it's going to let us go over the tracks and then connect there. Okay. So yeah, while I think about it, let's upgrade the roads. So this is down here. So remember, we're quite often getting roadblocks, which I think is delaying the delivery. of resources to these factories. So if we upgrade all these roads, it's not really very expensive to do, so definitely worth doing. So yeah, you've got a road down there as well. Is that one going down there? Okay. So that's that little section done. We want to extend that up to that junction. Oh, it's already done. Extend this down. Let's just zoom out a little bit. You think that would be a bit cleverer, wouldn't you? Okay, there we go. Okay. So I think that's about all we need for the moment. Let's just flip them up, make sure we haven't missed any little sections. I think it looks okay. Yeah, alright. So let's go back then to the silica. So that's going to go to the warehouse. So we want the warehouse to ship excess to town. So that's going to be a raw resource, silica, and I'm going to send it to the warehouse. And yeah, warehouse 1. Okay. So it was our air purifier, wasn't it? Yeah, that requires the silica. So is there a way that I can give this priority? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Alright, got to remember to set that to trains. So, well, I know what we can do. So if we set a minimum kept, so let's say that, set that to 5, then there's always going to be some in the warehouse for the purifier to grab. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so that's silica done. The other thing we want to do then is research these two products. So let's do that. So that's going to be under medical. So that's going to be 800k. But how long is it going to take? So just over, so call it 3 months roughly. So we should make enough to cover that during that time. Is there anything else that we're producing that we can sell? Any basic resources? So we can't sell gold, we're already selling titanium, so I don't think there is. So let's put the time back on. and let those research run through. So you can see even with the research on now, it looks like we're making money each month, so that's good. We also have our starter loan. So if just take a look at that. So we can see there that's costing us 83k a month, 0% interest, and we're down to just 7 million left. So we've paid off 3 million so far. So eventually we're going to pay that off. Even if we get the money, there's no point paying it off early because we're not paying any interest on it. So I'll just let that tick down. Okay, what's this? So, more titanium struts. And who wants that? So somewhere down here. It's 1 million. I always forget to check. So we've already got a contract that will be finished fairly soon, I guess. So yeah, we will bid on that. And it looks like we're going to get it. So there we go. I mean, the thing is, though, by taking these contracts, we're not fulfilling the demand for struts in our city. So we do need to bear that in mind if we're trying to grow it. I wonder, can we afford to do both? I mean, look at that. We've completed that contract in half the time that we had, which sort of suggests we could hive off some production for the city. Alright, so let's first of all just set the destination for the new contract. So titanium struts, delivery, contract. Okay. So you've got a minimum kept. So why don't we... We would have... Yeah, so I mean the way to do it would be to enable the delivery to the town. Meeting demand, and then we'd have to have enough excess for the other one, for the contract to be able to then take any excess. And I'm not sure we can do that. So, no, it's not parts, it's sorted goods store. So it demands 7 every 15 days. So let's work out how many we're making. So we are 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've only got 4 factories making struts. So it's going to be what, 2 every month roughly, just under every month. So 8 a month. So yeah, we're not coming even close. So no, we can't do that without upping our production significantly, which I don't want to do yet. So what I'm going to do is turn this back off again. I'm going to let that contract complete, and I think we will, unless it's in our hometown, I'm not going to take any more contracts until we've grown our city. Well, that's the idea anyway. Unless I get very tempted with something juicy. Oh, so we've finished our research, so let's create our new farms. Just going to check the recipe book. So killiculture requires a cultivation farm, and I think, yeah, the bacterial culture does as well. So we're going to create 2 new farms, one for each of those. And I'm going to put those along here. So put that one there. Can't see that it really matters where you put these, as long as they're in its sphere. So that's going to be, so I'll set that to hyperbacterial culture. And then we're going to create another one. Okay, so that can go there. So that's nice. That's an improvement from last time I played the base game. So when you put anything on the coast in the past, it had to be straight all the way along. So here we've got a little inlet, slope there, but it still lets us put it down. So that's good. So just would it let us put it down there? No. Okay. So it allows a slightly crooked coastline, but not a slope. Okay. Well, that's good to know anyway. All right. So let's put our harvesters down here. To set that one to the killer virus. Okay, so both of those take 30 days, so they're going to go to the warehouse. So let's just set up destinations. So I guess those are bioproducts, yep. Destination warehouse. Okay, let's just let time go on a little bit, make sure that those are working. Yeah, we need to just connect those roads, or just that one by the looks of it. There we go. Alright. Going to fast forward max speed, wait for the first production to happen. So what's this? Delivered. Ooh. Nova. Light Industrial. Aha. So our town has grown, I guess. Has it? Payout instead. Fulfill all contracts required for advancement. Alright. So Nova requires either an investment or all of the listed product contracts fulfilled in order to advance to megacity status. Fulfill all the contracts required for advancement. So titanium struts and thermoplastic. Or we can pay 1.9 million and 1 million. So I could just pay those straight now. Well, there's no point paying for the titanium struts because I make those. I just need to deliver some rather than fulfilling our contract. So we could just temporarily divert 12 struts to the city. So I think we'll do that. Let's have a look at thermoplastic. So what's that going to come under? Is that going to be... is it medical? No, not medical. Basic components. No. Oh, there's a search function here. Thermoplastic. Okay, materials factory. So it requires silica and cellulose algae. So we could definitely make that then. Let's research it. Alright, so where is it going to appear? What was the icon for it? So it's this squiggly box. Oh, it's not quite so easy to make. It's a level 3 product, so we'd need to... Can we unlock it straight away? So we can research it for 1.8 million. Let's do that. It's going to take a while, but let's just have a look how much it sells for. $53k. It's got a good demand price. Okay, well we'll research it anyway. The other thing I've noticed, polymers. So I could put down a polymer gatherer and just sell those as well. Although we don't need to now, do we? Because we know what we needed to do to grow it. You know, yeah, I'm not going to bother doing that. Not at the moment, anyway. So yeah, let us divert 12 struts. So just turn that on until we've delivered those. So you see this is still increasing. That's because the big lorry's on the road, I'm guessing. Well, I guess this warehouse now is deciding which it would ship first. So it could still be just picking the contract, I suppose. I guess we're not in any rush because we need to research this thermoplastic. Alright, what happened there? Alright, so we've got another auction. So this is titanium cases. That's New York. Yeah, that's a long way away. No, I'm not going to bother with that. So goodbye. So the nice thing is we're building up a decent stockpile of cash. So once we have got this thermoplastic researched, I'm going to be able to lay down the production for that. And not worry about, we can start actually researching some of the techs that allow us to pump out the research faster. That's probably a good thing to do next, so we're not waiting around so much in future. Alright, 20 actuators again, New York. Nah, no thank you. Okay, that's finished. So that was quite interesting, wasn't it? So the warehouse, even though we'd enabled both local delivery of the struts here and we had the contract on, everything went to the contract. So we don't need to, it looks like we don't need to worry about turning these off in future when we're fulfilling contracts, which is good because that was getting a bit fiddly and I was always forgetting. So let's see now if the struts should start to get delivered locally, or do I need to set that as a specific destination? Yeah, that's a possibility. Let's have a look. Yeah, because it's alright. Yeah, alright. That's why it was doing it, because that's effectively a contract as well. So there you go. Good thing is it doesn't look like there's a time limit on these. So what I'm going to do though is leave the other local delivery on and just see. Yeah, so those are getting delivered. Right, so 17 actuators. Again, that's quite a long way away. And it's only for 1.3 million. Yeah, I'm not worried about those. We've got decent money now. If the contract's local, I'll take it. If it's not, I'm not going to be worried about it so much. Because it actually costs quite a lot of money to have all the trucks on the road. So you're actually not making that much, I don't think, when you're delivering to those long distance contracts. So we're up to 7, almost finished thermoplastics. Come on. I'm guessing it's... Can we see if it's delivering locally as well? Yeah, it is. So it looks like it's splitting the delivery. It's got 4 stored there. So it's meeting local demand and then shipping here. Or maybe it's just doing 50-50, not sure. Alright, PR event. So what's this going to give us? Permit to build. Right, permit to build in another region. Almost got enough money for that, but almost is not enough. Unless someone else is bidding on it, it doesn't really matter. We can go for it later. Okay, right, research finished. So, thermoplastics, here we come. Right, let's bring up that recipe again. So, thermoplastics require silica and algae. So it would make sense to build another algae farm then. And then the plastics get produced in a materials factory. So yes, that's 500k. So let us, well, first of all, let's just check stockpiles. Yeah, so we're shipping everything, and I think we had our algae set to just meet demand. Yeah, therefore we're using everything that we're producing at the moment, so it definitely makes sense to build another farm. So if we put that down, where shall we put it? So we need, so if we research more sea harvesters, which is probably a good tech to go for soon, we need to leave space for this silica collector to put down 2 more harvesters. So it looks like at least one could go there. Whether there's room for another one, it's a bit debatable. But basically we don't want to put anything down there. So if we put our farm we leave a gap. It's going to be outside of the warehouse. Just a bit of a shame. However, there's nothing to say that we need to put it in this area. So we could, and seeing that is getting a bit full, I think what we will do is we will create another hub, maybe over here. Or further down the coast here. So let's or we could research that there's a tech that increases the range of your warehouses. I think we'll create another hub for the moment. So it'd be nice if when you've got a warehouse, if it showed on the map the existing range of all your existing warehouses, so you could line it up easily. So let's just check. So that's sort of coming to just before that ridge. So let us. What happens if we duplicate the warehouse? Okay, it just does the warehouse. Alright, so if you leave that selected, you can do it. But if we're going to expand the range, so I think it expands it by 10 tiles, if I remember rightly. Let's just have a check. Basic distribution. Okay, 5 tiles. And then another 5 tiles for a second tech. So it would make sense to leave effectively 20 tiles between each warehouse. So that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 20. So we could put that on the ridge. Of course it's a circle, so that's not, it wouldn't actually cover all the coastline, so you probably want it to be in a little bit. It to be in what, 4 squares? So probably there. So we're going to have to do a bit of terraforming if we're going to put the warehouse down there. If we do put the warehouse there, though, that will be rather difficult to have it meet up with our existing train lines. So maybe we do it over here. And so if we're saying leave 4 on each side, so that's 12 between them, and then isn't it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's about there, roughly, you want it. That's fairly close. Is that the best rotation for it? Probably. You could do it that way, that might be better. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. I think you want it there. Actually, I'm just going to move it up a little bit, so because that coast is a slope. Well, we're going to have to terraform that coast, make it straight. So, yeah. Let's not get too hung up about making this perfect. So put that there. We're going to put train station off the back of it. Or actually, let's put it up there. And then we can link these up. So that connects nicely. There you go. Alright, so let's terraform this coastline. Make it straight. This gets very expensive very quickly. So that's 275. I'm gonna get rid of that. Get rid of. Ooh. Oh, do I really want to pay that? No, we won't worry about that little bit for the moment. Alright, so we're going to put down an algae farm. So effectively we're going to have to duplicate what we've done here. So we're going to need an air filter, we're going to need a silica gatherer, and then our farm. So let's think about this. So that can go. I want this to be nearest the warehouse. So alright, so the input is down here. So we could just have a road coming straight up here. Let's lay that road. Just to help with the placement. Farm. Yeah, well, we're going to have to, just put it there. Okay. Then, alright, so let's put the silica gatherer down as well. Silica, there we are. I am going to terraform this. I don't like that. Okay, where are we? Silica. So this needs to be in range of the coast to put down its gatherers. I want to leave enough room for a road to go through there. But we could put that there. Then, so they need to be that way around. We only need one gatherer for the moment. Let's just connect these up quickly. Actually, what I'm going to do is put that there. Okay. Alright, so we've got the farm. It's already set to produce the algae, silica. The warehouse covers them both. So we need the purifier. this to be, well, I can put that there. Okay, so that will get the silica. And then we need the materials. It was a materials factory, wasn't it? And I think if we put them along here, or maybe, so we want a road, we need a road to go along here. So we can position these. Right, how many do we want? So I'm going to produce, alright, so they need 3 algae and 2 silica every 20 days. So our farm is going to produce 2 every 30 days. So if we have another farm, we could produce 4 every 60 days. So we want 3 farms, don't we? 3 farms, 4 every 60 days. Sorry, 4 every 30 days. If we have 2, 6 every 30 days. If we have 3, that would be too much though for one factory. Well, we definitely want another farm. Alright. Let's build our, what happened there? Alright, let's add our fields. And the other thing is we can research the extra gatherers. Let's do that. Fields and harvesters. So we can place 2 more sea gatherers. Ah, no, that's not what I need then, is it? So I want cultivation fields. Yeah, so how do I script that? Yeah. Alright, so it's 2 per field. Yes, I was getting my calculations totally wrong before, wasn't I? So it's actually going to be 6, producing 6 per farm every 30 days. And we need 3 every 20 days, which is fine for one factory with some excess. So the question is, do we want more than that? I think we do, because we want more than one factory producing these thermoplastics. But if once we've researched 5 gatherers, we're producing 10 every 30 days. Need to get the calculator out. My head can't process that. So let's hold off until we've got that research done. So we need another silica gatherer, that's for sure, because that's 1 every 10 days, which just processes this. Well, I mean, that needs 1 every 15 days, so it's a minor bit of extra. So if we add 1 more harvester, I think we will put it there. So what else do we need to do? Do we need to do anything else? I think that's enough to get that up and running. So let's put the clock on, just make sure we've got everything connected. So this is waiting for resources. So we do need to set our destination. So this is going to be where are the polymers? Bioproducts. Oh, it's tier 2. There we are, thermoplastic. So we're going to choose warehouse 1. And we can also add in our algae, ship that to warehouse 1, but set a minimum kept. Let's put that to 10. Alright, set both of those to trains. Then if we do have excess algae, it'll get sold, but enough will be kept for our factories. Alright, I think this is a good place to stop. So yeah, I think we made good progress there. We'll see how this works next episode and see if we can grow our town as well. So thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.